So many of you have reached out about questions regarding your stimulus check if you receive benefits from Social Security, SSDI, SSI, or VA. I've been digging through the IRS's latest memos and I have a bunch of answers for you all in this video. There are a lot of intricate details in regards to Social Security, SSDI, SSI, and VA that could disqualify you or keep you from getting your check. So please make sure you watch the entire video. Now feel free to pause the video and hit rewind as many times as you need. I just don't want to see any of you miss out on this payment or have it get delayed. So here's a breakdown of what we will be covering in this video. These seem to be the main questions I've been getting. If you want me to go into further detail on a specific question, let me know down below in the comments. Also, while you're down there, leave a comment if you haven't received your check yet. So here's the overview of the questions and answers I'll be going over. 1. Are SSDI or VA recipients eligible for the $1,200 stimulus check? What if I don't file a tax return? Do SSDI, SSI, or VA need to file a tax return or a non-filer tax return? Next, what if I receive disability benefits but have other income? Next, how will the stimulus money affect my eligibility for disability benefits? Then, how will I get the stimulus payment? Next, when will I actually get the stimulus payment, which so many are asking about? Then, when should I use the Get My Payment tool? And why do I get payment status not available? If you've had one of these questions, hit that like button for me. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as these things are changing every day and I'll continue to keep you updated. I really do care about all of you out there and I know if you're watching this video, $1,200 could go a long way for you. So please take the time to sit down and watch this entire video so you don't miss anything and end up not getting your check because of a small technicality. Let's get into it. Are SSI, SSDI, VA recipients eligible for the $1,200 stimulus check? So most recipients of SSI, SSDI, and VA are eligible for the $1,200 COVID-19 stimulus payment, also known as the economic impact payment within the CARES Act. Now, you're eligible for one of these stimulus checks as long as you have a Social Security number and you're not claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax return. If you have any children, you're also eligible for an extra $500 for each child who's under the age of 17, as long as the child lives with you for more than half of the year. Now, here is a warning though. If you receive SSDI, SSI, or VA, you'll automatically get the stimulus money. But the IRS said that these recipients won't get the $500 for children under 17 if they haven't filed a 2018 or 2019 tax return, unless they submitted a non-filer information form to the IRS. Now, Social Security beneficiaries and railroad retirement beneficiaries had until noon on April 22nd to submit this info to receive their additional $500 per child payment. If you miss this deadline, you'll be forced to forego this additional stimulus payment until spring 2021. It's super harsh and I don't agree with it, but that's what they've decided at the moment. I'm hoping they might reverse that and I'll let you know if they actually do. The IRS noted that Supplemental Security Income, SSI, and Veterans Affairs VA beneficiaries now have a later deadline to enter their information about their children, as their stimulus payments are scheduled to be made at a later date. Now, take this as a warning though, and if you're SSI or VA, once this video is done, go straight to the IRS page to file. I'll have links in the description, all right? Please hit the like button on this video and share it with as many friends as you can so that more people can be aware that they might miss the deadline to submit non-filer information to the IRS. Number 2, what if I don't file a tax return? Do SSDI, SSI, or VA have to file a tax return or non-filer tax form? Well, if you don't file a tax return because your income is below the filing threshold or your only income is SSI or SSDI or veterans benefits, you're still eligible for the $1,200 stimulus payment. Now, if you received SSDI, SSI, or veterans compensation or pension in 2019 and you don't have children under 17, you don't have to do anything. The government will send you your check automatically, all right? Now, here are the exceptions. Parents who receive monthly SSDI, SSI, or railroad retirement checks who did not file a tax return in 2018 or 2019, as mentioned earlier, needed to tell the IRS about their children, their ages, and their Social Security numbers. SSDI recipients, as mentioned, had until noon on April 22nd to do that. Now, SSI and VA have been extended to an unknown date at the moment. Also, if you just started to receive SSDI, SSI, or veterans benefits in 2020, you have to submit a non-filer tax return. But as mentioned above, if you receive these benefits in 2019, you don't have to do anything. Your check will automatically be sent. Number 3, what if I receive disability benefits but have other income? Now, the IRS will use your adjusted gross income from your most recent tax return in 2018 or 2019 to determine if your payment needs to be reduced. Now, if you receive additional income apart from your disability benefits, that makes your combined income over $75,000. Your stimulus payment will be reduced by 5% of the amount over those thresholds, all right? If you're married and file a joint return and your income combined with your spouse is over $150K, you'll also receive a reduced payment. Now, number 4, how will the stimulus money affect my eligibility for disability benefits? The IRS has declared that for SSI, SSDI, and VA pension eligibility purposes, this stimulus check won't count as income and won't need to be reported. A bonus is it's not taxable either. Now, a word of caution though for SSI recipients, the money will count as an asset if you still have all or part of it 12 months after receiving it, all right? So just remember that. Number 5, how will I get the stimulus payment? Now, the IRS is supposed to issue the stimulus payment to you in the way that you normally receive your monthly disability or pension payment. So it's really going to depend on your current payment method, whether that's direct deposit, direct express, debit card, or physical paper checks. Now, this stimulus payment, though, won't come from your standard Social Security Administration. It's actually going to come from the Treasury Department. Now, if you currently don't receive your payment by direct deposit, the IRS has set up a tool so you can provide them with your direct deposit information, and I'll put a link down below for you guys, and I'm sure you've heard it's called Get My Payment. If you provide them with your banking info, this is supposed to allow you to get your check faster rather than waiting on a physical check in the mail. Now, if you've already submitted your non-filer info to the IRS, you don't need to do anything, all right? Also, as a note, if you've moved since last filing your taxes, you should either provide the IRS with your direct deposit information through Get My Payment or file a change of address with the IRS on Form 8822, all right? That's Form 8822 to make that change. Number 6, when will I get the stimulus check? This is the one everyone wants to know. Those who filed their tax returns in 2018 or 2019 and gave their direct deposit information to the IRS started to receive their direct deposits on April 10th. Now, the IRS is continuing to roll out these payments through direct deposit. Currently, the IRS expects to process payments for Social Security disability recipients who have not filed tax returns in late April and for SSI recipients who have not filed tax returns by early May. Unfortunately, the IRS has not yet announced when veterans will receive their stimulus checks. So I guess that's this country's way of saying thank you for your service. Sorry about that, guys, but I wish I had better news for you, but make sure to subscribe. That way you can get an update from us once that announcement is made for VA beneficiaries. Now, for those who don't receive their monthly disability payment by direct deposit or direct express debit card, the IRS started sending paper checks the week of April 24th, all right? Those with incomes of $10,000 or less who have filed tax returns will get their checks first. Then over the next 3 months, the IRS will continue to send out checks based on your adjusted gross income. Now, you can check out this video right here that has a full breakdown of the current IRS check schedule at the time of actually filming this that I just did for you guys. Number 7, when to use the Get My Payment tool. Now, the IRS is still in the ongoing process of inputting data for the millions of people who receive SSDI, SSI, and veteran benefits. When your info is inputted, the tool should tell you how you'll receive your stimulus payment and when. The tool right now, though, has been super flaky. Just read the comments down below. If it isn't working for you, comment below so we can get an idea of how many people really are being affected. Now, if the Get My Payment tool won't work for you, just keep checking your bank account, your debit card, and your mailbox. The IRS is supposed to mail you a letter 2 weeks after the agency deposits your stimulus money or mails you a paper check. Now, the letter will tell you how and when the payment was actually made. This way you know if it was sent. If you didn't receive the money, the letter will tell you how to contact the IRS. Now, for all of you out there, be very careful of scammers. Just a heads up, the Treasury Department or IRS will not call, text, or email any recipients asking for personal financial information. A lot of scammers are asking people to pay a fee to expedite their stimulus payment. Do not click on any of these links. The IRS has no such fee to expedite checks. And just remember, they will never contact you for additional info. You don't believe me? Try calling their service line. Now, number 8. Why do I get payment status not available? If you happen to be an SSDI, SSI, or a VA recipient who doesn't file tax returns, or if you recently used the IRS's non-filer tool to file a simple tax return, you're probably seeing a message that says payment status not available. Now, this is because your info is still being processed and uploaded as the agencies, I'm sure, inefficiently communicate amongst themselves, gathering your info. Now, the IRS said by late April, they should have loaded most of this data so that disability recipients can view their payment dates at that time. But they still haven't clarified whether Social Security and SSI recipients who don't file a tax return will ever be able to use the Get My Payment tool. In all honesty, you probably won't be able to see deposit information with this tool until the date that you actually get the money, so not very helpful. Now, with all that being said, everything is a mess right now. Let us know in the comments down below what's going on with your situation. Hit the like button so those that need to see this video can see it, and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with everything going on and how it will impact you and your financial freedom. So check out any of these videos right here, guys, and stay safe, Money Growth Academy.